Searching for just the right job? Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal work, you can get started today. Amazon Jobs offers the whole package with great pay and flexible shifts that allow you to choose when and how much you work. Find a warehouse close to home and discover the role that works for you. To get your application started for an hourly job, go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
In New Hampshire, all roads lead to adventure. The Granite State isn't only home to New England's tallest peaks. You'll also find epic coastal views and charming towns perfect to explore on a summer trip. Whether you're seeking the adrenaline rush that comes from kayaking rapids or the peaceful chill that comes from enjoying a cocktail on the porch of a classic B&B, there's something for everyone in New Hampshire. For more summer inspiration, go to visit nh.gov. That's visitnh.gov. Discover your new.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Super J-Cast. I'm Joel, joined by Damon McDonald. It is Friday the 24th of June 2022. This is episode 215. You just revealed some exclusive news. You're getting a new toaster, a fancy new toaster. I want to hear more about this.
Okay. Yes. Hi everyone. Welcome. Yes. So we're getting our kitchen redone, and Cheryl showed me this fucking toaster. It's from Japan, mind you, so it's awesome, of course. And it like steams the bread and toasts the bread, if my understanding is correct, at the same time. So you get a nice little crispy top layer, but the soft center. Ooh, sounds perfect, right? So yeah, we're going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a fucking toaster just because we want that toaster.
Yeah, if you're a person who eats a lot of toast, definitely a good investment. I mean, what kind of toast are we talking about here? Have you ever tried that sort of Japanese, the shokupan bread? You know, that lovely bread that they make with, I think they put milk in it, and it's all fluffy and kind of sort of stringy and soft, and that's the good stuff.
No, that sounds really great. I'll be happy with a fucking slice of Wonder Bread. You kidding me? I want like how do you pronounce it? The challah bread. Challah bread.
Challah, yeah, challah. I love a bit of challah. That's
right.
Food of my people, Damon.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I'm all about it. Like I'm all about. Here's what I hate. I don't like burnt things. Like I don't like the taste of burnt. Like especially like I'm not a big fan of grilled shit. I think grilled shit is overrated. Like burnt, charred chicken. Ugh. Like I don't want to taste the what's the word I'm looking for? The shit that is produced on a piece of meat that is charred. Although a steak can be good. I don't know. I'm very selective. I'm very picky. Very, very fussy.
Well, I think we should start off by sending some well wishes to Editor Dan. So Bash started him with a few questions. He said, "How's the man behind the magic, Editor Dan, doing after the crash?" So poor Dan, he hit a pothole whilst riding his bike and then has absolutely no memory of his incident, woke up in hospital. So, yeah, he's not doing too well. He looks like he's been in a fight with... Oh, there goes my alarm. I was going to say, who would be a particularly dangerous worker who would give Editor Dan injuries like this? He's got fractures, he's got concussion, he's in a bad way. So, lots of love and well wishes to Editor Dan.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, some of the pictures that he was sending us, god damn, he was just like his face is a fucking mess. Our handsome boy isn't going to be handsome anymore, but he made it a quick correction. Said, "I'm always going to be handsome," and I agree. Three fractures in his face, in his fucking face. 3. I think he goes. I don't want to, let's not go too deep in here. I'm sure he doesn't want his whole fucking medical history on the podcast, but yeah, Yeah. It is crazy. So, but here's the thing too. He's always like, yeah, I got 3 facial fucking fractures and I'm in a lot of pain and blah, blah, blah. But don't worry about it, lads. I got the fucking podcast. I'll edit it. We're like, Dan, take off, please. God. But he's always thinking about the podcast. Always thinking about us. He's always thinking about others. That's the kind of guy he is.
Absolutely professional. Thank you to Gig Me Like a Butcher from our Discord who did our editing for us last week. Yoshiko. That's what I was going to say. Dan looks like he's had a match with Yoshiko. Do you remember her? The Joshi wrestler who started shooting on her opponent.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, I do. She was blackballed at that point. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
All right. Music Damon question. Bash also says Glasto is back. So which bands or acts is Damon looking forward to watching? And also, has he heard the new Suede song? What does he think of it?
Oh, I have heard the new Suede song. As a matter of fact, I do like it. I think it's good. I think it's Suede. You know, it's fucking. You get your Maniac guitar work and your Brett Anderson yodeling. It's Suede. It's good. I don't even know who the fuck is playing Glastonbury this year, to be honest with you. Let me. I'm going to just do a quick little Google thing here, if you don't mind. Let's see who we got. 2022 is who we are. Who is appearing? Let's see here. Headlined by Kendrick Lamar. I've heard a couple of his ditties. Paul McCartney. He's written a song or two in his day, I think, right? And Billy, is it Eilish or Eilish? Eilish?
Yes, I believe it's Eilish.
I think I've heard of her. I think. I probably have. She's got the green hair, right?
I don't know, David.
Oh, come on.
My knowledge of popular music ended about 1996, as
I know.
we discussed it off the air.
She does that song, that boop, 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 boop. Isn't that her? I think that's her.
It sounds ghastly. I hate it.
I mean, it's better than... It's a good song. That's the... Oh, yeah, that's when it goes like, duh. Boop, 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 boop. You know it. You've heard it, I'm sure. Well, you're fucking dancing all night long to fucking TikTok. That's for sure. We got to jump into that. Jeez. What was that?
Yeah, you said you wanted to talk about it on the podcast. Ask away. What specifically do you want to know?
How did you get hornswoggled into this? Like, what was the conversation? Did she just... This was her idea, right? This was Mally's idea, right?
Yeah, so often Instagram, she gets this stuff from. She'll see something and then she will want to replicate it. So this was a video with parents celebrating their kids, managing to get their kids to sleep at a reasonable hour, which we usually don't. So we managed it. And I was looking forward to sitting down, eating my dinner, watching some TV. And Manny's like, no, we've got to do this video. And of course, with her, she's such a perfectionist. I had to do it about 10 fucking times. Managed to crowbar in a bit of Final Fantasy VII references in there. So I got my fun. But yeah, what else do you want to know?
I was like, that's the 10th take. That's the best take, right? Like, she's fine. You, on the other hand, you're not a good dancer. What is wrong with
my guy? Give me some tips. I'm not
I don't have any tips. I got nothing. I'm the white guy at the bar at the wedding. You kidding me? I ain't fucking no. But it was hilarious because I just didn't expect you to be dancing. I didn't expect to see you dancing. You don't seem like a dancing kind of guy. Just FYI.
No, I tend to avoid dancing and music and any kind of social interaction. Just people in general, I tend to avoid.
Oh, come on. Well, it was with your wife, so that was nice. It was nice. It was fun. It was nice, but like I said, it did take me by surprise that you would let that out into the wild. But listen, you're a brave man. I would not be doing that anytime soon. That is for sure.
You tend to stop caring about your self-esteem and perception when you become a dad. I'm just given up completely trying to dress myself nicely. My clothes are usually filthy within about an hour of getting dressed on a given day because of the kids, right? It's not because I'm a dirty man. But I just don't care anymore.
Well, I mean, it's hard work. I mean, you got one that's toddler. We can officially call her a toddler at this point, right? And then, I mean, you got one that just came out of the fucking womb and is walking. Well, not walking, but standing, right?
Yeah, there's a bad development. I was hoping his development would be much slower, but there you go.
Look at you. You're again, I say it all the time, living the fucking life over there. Unbelievable. So who am I looking forward to was the question. I don't know who else is playing. If sports team is playing, I'm into that. I think they are playing. I think we should be playing. I like sports team a lot. Actually, I'm seeing them in Philly. They're coming to Philly. I was very excited to see that, so I bought 2 tickets. Guess who else I'm going to go see?
Suede.
No, I wish they fucking never come to the States. Never.
Royal Quest by New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes, it's Royal Quest I'm going to. No, I'm going to go see Harry Styles.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah. You don't know who Harry Styles is?
Okay.
Stop it.
No, I would not know him if he punched me in the face.
You gotta be kidding me. He's everywhere. You can't avoid him. Like, Joel, you're not just fucking ribbing me.
You are aware that I don't live in an English-speaking country, right?
I do, but he was in One Direction. You remember One Direction? Oh my God! Stop it!
The name rings a bell, but again, I've heard of them. If I saw them, if I was walking down the street and I saw One Direction, I would not know them. I would not recognise any of them. Don't know their names.
Wow!
Sorry.
Wow! I mean, he's for the kids.
God, you're making me feel terrible this morning, Damon.
I'm sorry, I don't mean that, but I'm actually kind of shocked. I have a friend who claims that he does not know who Beyonce is. Like. Not
okay.
Again,
well,
not
that's
knowing.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm putting it in the same level. Joel. You're in the same level as Wiltz. Sorry. You got to know who the fuck Harry Styles is.
You could give me a test every week, ask me about a different
new celebrity. But he's not new. The guy has sold out. Listen to this. The guy has a residency at Madison Square Garden. The entire month of August. There's only like 2 other people that are playing Madison Square Garden during the month of August. One is the mighty Duran Duran, and the second is like Billy Joel. He's sold out every fucking date. The entire month of August, he's playing at a 18,000 seat Madison Square Garden. He's massive. I cannot believe. I'm actually shocked. Like, I am an old man compared to you, and I know who the fuck he is. I could even do a song. Watermelon sugar, hi, watermelon sugar. You ever heard that song? Oh my God, Joel.
Nope. This is going to be today's episode. You just berate me for my lack of
wow.
You
know what? You started off really good because we were talking about Happy Mondays, we were talking about Stone Roses, we were talking about Prodigy, we were talking about Radiohead. Poof, and we fall off a cliff. God damn it. All right, listen, we got to
I think everyone knows that no good music has been made since the 90s. So.
Well, listen, I don't want to be that guy, but, you know, you got to dig a little bit to find the good stuff now. All right, listen, I know we have a ton to talk about here with an exciting pro wrestling weekend coming up, Joel, right?
Is it exciting?
No.
Some people are excited.
You're not excited. Scale of 1 to 10. What's your excitement level?
Fairly high, actually. I'd say I'd give it a sort of 6 or a 7. It's sort of exciting, you know, sort of watching the monkeys at the zoo or something, because you think, oh, yeah, they're going to do something hilarious here. Not you necessarily think there's going to be a brilliant show, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a very good show. I think it's going like I think what we compared to what we wanted and what we got, this is the equivalent of getting the fucking Bobo bike instead of the real bike that all your friends are talking about. Like, you put that on your Christmas list, but you got the fucking, dollar store version. That's kind of what it feels like, because our heads were going a million miles an hour thinking of dream scenarios and dream matches. And again, we said it a fucking million times, but injuries has ravaged this lineup, this card. I think it's good. Like, I think it's so preposterous, some of these matches, that I'm actually looking forward to it. But I will say this: there are things that it left me scratching my head. Where A, why, or B, why not? And I'm sure we'll get deep into the weeds, as they say, for Forbidden Door.
All right. So first of all, let's talk about meetup. So Pro Wrestling V1 says reservation is updated for 2:45 p.m. under the name Eric. So he's going to try to get there a bit early to snag a spot outside, if possible. There's supposed to be 82 people there. Damon, tell us about the venue, where people should be going for this.
Yeah, that's awesome news. So we got some tables reserved, or a table, or big table, or just get there. If you're going to the show and you're looking for something to do beforehand, this is a nice spot, I would say. A nice
where are they
little
going?
beer
Tell
garden.
people what's the name of this place?
Name of the place is called Kaiser Tiger. Kaiser Tiger. It is. I have the address here. Give me just 1 second here. I got to get this. Sorry, this is great radio.
That was a great sound.
Yep. Right. There's all us complaining about Forbidden Door. There's a video of your child. Here it is, Kaiser Tiger. It's 1415 West Randolph Street. 1415 West Randolph Street. So again, 2:45, 3 o'clock. You swing down, plenty of beer. They make their own sausages. They look tremendous. They make their own bacon, which looks even better. So blocks away from the United Center. And they have a shuttle, apparently, a free shuttle that takes you right to the arena. And they run periodically during the time. So super convenient. It'll be fun. I'm actually excited for this. Actually, I have a psychiatrist appointment tomorrow, and the topic will be, how will I handle this weekend? That is the topic. She already has plans to coach me through, but it should be fun.
That's good. That's being proactive. Make sure you line your stomach properly. Don't do a Wrestle Kingdom 14 night one, please.
That's not it's not a moment that I'm proud of, but even though it's been memed, I have become a meme.
No, it was hilarious, but also you don't want it happening this weekend.
Right. I don't want it to happen again. Yes, it makes for great radio. So show up, do that. It'll be fun. I'll get there like around 3-ish. And again, I think it's great. Like, if I'm excited because it feels like we're back in the swing of things, which is, kind of what we always wanted. I just want somebody to I just don't want to be at like a little kid's birthday party and nobody shows up. Like, that's my biggest fear, actually. It's like, no, actually, it's both. It's that if nobody shows up, but that if a lot of people show up, that's equally as fearful for me. So, all right. But just come, have a good time. We'll talk some pro wrestling. We'll not talk pro wrestling. We'll have a couple beers, and then we'll get ourselves pumped up for Forbidden Door.
All right. Ultimate Wrestling Trivia says, what food can I give Damon before Forbidden Door? Yeah, give him food. Make sure he's eaten, listeners. And Casper says, will you have a shot of Jepson's Malert, one in Chicago? What is that?
Oh, I have heard of this. So apparently there is this type of liqueur that is pretty infamous. I wouldn't even say famous, infamous in Chicago. And that's like the big gag. That's like the Chicago gag, I guess. Like locals will be like, oh, you're in Chicago, you got to do this drink or shot or whatever the fuck it is. And it supposedly tastes like fucking an asshole that has been sitting out in the sun for 4 weeks. I don't know why that was the analogy. That's the best I could do at the time, Joel. Sorry. Yeah, supposedly it's just like a shitty fucking alcohol, but it's like the Chicago thing. So I don't know if I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm doing that. But a couple beers, yep, I think that's in my future. I want that fucking bacon. That's what I really am looking forward to. And here's the thing too. So that afternoon, there is, what do I have plans? I have a lunch date with my lovely bride, my lovely wife, who's coming along. We have some sushi, and then we're going to do the there's a Prince exhibit. You've heard of Prince, right, Joel?
Yes, I have heard of Prince. A proper musical celebrity, not like these people you're just making up.
Listen, I tend to agree with that. They have his motorcycle from Purple Rain that'll be there, so it'll be fun. I have that before. So again, a busy day, busy weekend. But it should be fine. I am not going to overdrink. But here's the thing too. I paid a lot of money to be in the fucking Voices of Wrestling suite. So I don't want to waste that. I got an open bar. I don't want to fucking tap out early. I gotta make sure I get my money's worth here. So, there you go.
And you may need it as you're watching this show. So we have a lot of questions about this. So a lot of questions about sort of the general booking of it. So I'll read all the questions and then we can give our thoughts on it. So Use Pure says thoughts on Naito not being there. If they were to make Forbidden Door an annual event, what cities could they do? Could they change the date to sometime in early to mid-July? This felt kind of rushed, so could pushing back the date a few weeks help build up matches? Morning Pro Wrestlers, I think we're all a bit let down with the Forbidden Door build. Do you think it's more born from a problem of AEW having problems slowing down to tell stories, debuting way too many new faces at once, bad luck, or some sort of flaw in their booking style? Would more 1v1s have helped it? To me, I think they should have spent more time on telling the stories of the New Japan wrestlers who are going to be on the card rather than do a bunch of preview AEW versus New Japan matches on Dynamite and Rampage, when half the pay-per-view was just going to be more of those matches. It took the specialness away. Classic Cat says, have you heard any rumours about why Naito isn't on Forbidden Door, or what some of the obvious issues surrounding the booking of the card have been? Hayden says, I know some people are a bit underwhelmed about Forbidden Door, but do you think it would have done better if AEW had just done a random show and have Tony say something like, there will be a few New Japan talent here, and do an under-promise, over-deliver? Louis says, I'm not sure how to feel about this Forbidden Door card. If this is to be a yearly crossover event, maybe next year they will properly build up to matches to the event. For now, I'm lukewarm on the event. Tom says, when booking these multi-promotion shows, how does it usually work in terms of protecting your own guys? For example, does Ghetto say, I'll let you pin so-and-so if you let my guy pin this guy? So I've thrown a lot of questions at you there, but I think they sort of highlight the mood around this show, particularly from New Japan fans. I sense that AEW fans are quite excited by this because it is, we've said from Jump Street, this was always going to be an AEW show with New Japan talent. That's what we were told, like literally as soon as we heard about this show, that was the line we were given. So whilst we were all excited about the possibility of getting dream matches, I think we should have known better, especially looking at how New Japan tend to play with other companies. You saw how they did with that Wrestle Kingdom Night 3 when everyone was hoping for no dream matches. That's not how it works. So your thoughts, please, on Forbidden Door, the booking, what they could do differently next time.
All right. This is going to be long, but look, I'm on both sides of the fence. I definitely can see where there is some letdown. But let me kind of paint a picture here, if I could. Originally, and I think everyone here can agree to this, we were going to see CM Punk versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. We were going to see, Bryan Danielson, Bryan, American Dragon, Zach, right? We would probably get the undercard that we got. And we probably would have had something a little bit different, maybe not, when it comes to Jay White. So, yes, it's disappointing that injuries occurred and fucked up this entire show. So now they're scrambling, and now they got to fucking come up with all these fucking matches, and and at the same time they're holding out hope that Danielson gets cleared medically to compete. They get the bad news with Punk. It was just a shitstorm of brewing. Even with that said, and again, I'm me, Mr. Glass is half empty, is giving them a pass. I'm giving them a pass because of everything that has happened in a month's time. Where I think I have the biggest issue is this. There are so many fucking multi-man tag, multi-team, like we are shoehorning in everything we possibly can and everyone on this show. I don't know why Naito's not there. I don't know. I don't know why Kenta is not there. I don't know why El Desperado makes an appearance on AEW and he's not on the fucking card anywhere, right? Nowhere to be found. How can it? Like, honestly, I get that in the grand scheme of things, El Desperado means next to nothing to the majority of the people that might be in attendance. I get that. But there are a large number of New Japan Pro Wrestling fans that would love to have seen El Desperado. And the thing is, he's there. Right? How can he not be on the fucking show? So that's kind of where I'm at. There are matches there that I don't. The singles matches, again, we all crave the singles matches. One, we got Zach against who knows, right? I mean, there's rumors, there's plenty of rumors, and I know people are leaning towards certain people, and I get it. But I thought that was a weird thing when it comes to the booking. Like you're not going to announce who the fucking, like, I don't know. Like, is that pop really going to be as big as they think it might be? Like, what name is going to be the pop that's not Bryan Danielson?
Well, there's been a lot of speculation about this. Let me find the question. Multiverse says, who do you think is the best option to replace Danielson? Claudio Castagnoli, Johnny Gargano, Wheeler Yuta, Jonathan Gresham. ZSJ and Gresham had a great match at Final Battle 2018, and Jonathan has become even better since then.
I
would say out of all those names, Cesaro or Castagnoli, whatever you're calling him, would probably be the best option.
I agree. Now, and this is, excuse my stupidity on this, is he signed?
Nothing is official. There's only rumors so far.
Okay. So now, I mean, I hope that's taken care of. But, you know, they're still scrambling. Like, if I'm Cesaro or Claudio, wherever the fuck, I would be holding out. This would be like the power play of all power plays, or the big payoff. I'd be like, well, you know what? That number that we agreed upon before might not be. We might want to add a little bit more to that, Tony Khan. That is a singles match that I think, if that comes to pass, if they card out Jonathan Gresham, that place is going to be like a fart in church. I'm sorry, like that's not going to do it. That's just not going to do it. Johnny Gargano, excited by that? I know you're not.
In the words of my daughter, no thank you, no thank you.
Yeah. So then, all right, that's a match. Tanahashi and Mox, I think, will be good. Again, I worry about the style difference, but they're pros. They'll figure it out. What other fucking... Will against Orange Cassidy. And again, if that tag match the other night is any indicator, I think it's going to be good. I think it will be good. And then they have the women's title match. Toni Storm and who's their champion again? I'm sorry. I forget who the champion is.
Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. That's right. I saw her face. I couldn't remember the name. And that's it for when it comes to the singles matches, right? Like two people in the ring, 1 versus 1. That's it, right? Am I missing any? I don't think I am. And then everything else is just schmazes. Like all these fucking schmazes. The cool part about that, though, is I will say this. There are some pretty wacky scenarios going on here. Suzuki, Jericho, and Sammy Guevara. Like, this is Fire Pro Wrestling territory we're in right now. Sting, Darby Allin, Shingo Takagi, and Hiromu Takahashi. Like, seriously, that's just so fucking acid trippy that it's going to be great. That's going to be great. So there's that element to it. Look, you're right. This is going to be a fun show. It's just they did the best they could. That's the best I can tell you. They did the best they could to a certain degree, because they're like, where's Kenta? Where the fuck's Kenta? Why is he not on the show?
Yeah, we have no idea why Naito's not booked either.
Yeah, no idea. I mean, no idea. But Okada's there, which is that was a nice surprise.
I've heard that they have a match on Rampage between Swerve and Keith Lee against Despi and Kanemaru. So there's that.
Oh, really? That should be pretty good, actually. I think that might be really good. All right, great. So great. I don't know. Put them on the fucking show. Well, here's the thing. They'll probably have are they going to have like a pre-show battle royal, like a casino royale? That'd be great. That should be something else. I don't know. I'm a little bit more excited, I guess, because I'm going and get the whole weekend around it, and I'm excited to see people I haven't seen in years. So I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 7, low 8 on my excitement level, and again, that's coming off of what possibly could have been a 10.
I think had they been able to run the card that they were initially planning and have those matches like Tanahashi versus Punk, Zack versus Danielson, I think Ospreay versus Andrade, that was penciled in at some point, then I think everyone would have been excited by that. But it's exposed the fact that there was no plan B really, and also the relationship between these two companies is still very early in its infancy, and they don't quite trust each other yet to have other guys that they can put forward, other significant names to put forward for singles matches who they're comfortable taking losses. So, people like Tanahashi and Zack, perfect to eat a pin in those situations. Like, that would have been fine. But it seems like beyond that, there's not really anyone else at either company are happy to say, yeah, they can eat a pin in a big singles match. So
I guess so. I guess I would say that you're probably right. It does feel that they booked around. They made a lot of these multi-man matches so that there could be a definitive pin eater. Now, I will say, like the Jay White, Adam Squared, and Okada. Yes, I think that there's somebody that's definitely eating a pin, but I also truly believe that this is what Voices of Wrestling flagship Joe and Rich have been talking about and on their Patreon and all, the continuation of Bullet Club. And we talked about it and they talked about it, and that's from all indicators, that's where we're headed. They're not that's full steam ahead. So that helps, that match is going to help play into that continuing that storyline. But it's like, again, I truly believe that this would not be an issue if injuries didn't occur. Like, obviously, there would have to be, people eating pinfalls. Tanahashi, possibly, right? Zack or Bryan Danielson, you could flip a coin, either one. I don't think anybody would have a problem with. They didn't have a plan B, but when do they ever? You know what I mean? Like, when does a wrestling promotion ever have it? There were names that were talked to us about. I think Goto and Yoshihashi. Apparently, they're not making the trip. So that was those are two names. And then what's the other one? Juice was on that list. But I think
my prediction for him will be sort of popping in for a post-match beat down on Will Ospreay, something like that.
You would think that would be the logical step. The belts and all, fighting over the belts again. Who's the real champion? That we were beating that storyline to death. Look, it's going to be a good show. It's not what we expected, but let's go for the ride. What do you say?
All right, well, let's go through the card then. The main event is the interim AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm sure it'll be really good. I mean, Tanahashi never misses in these big spots, and Moxley's having a really great year as well. So, I think New Japan fans see this one and they know that this was going to be a mid-card match for NJPW. They were supposed to be feuding over the US title. So putting it now as the main event, it does, feel weak compared to what they did have planned. But it is what it is, and I'm sure the match will deliver. What chance do you think Tanahashi has of actually winning this?
I like that question a lot. I think it's better than what people think it might be. like, you have to consider that he is going to be in G1, right? Moxley's not. That would be the easy thing to do. I think everyone would agree that the easy thing to do is give the belt to Jon Moxley. I would say I'm 80% sure that that's the way we're gonna go. I'm going to give
People have been looking at the G1 schedule, and have noted that Tanahashi's not working any Wednesdays.
Do you think he flies? Do you think that maniac is going to fly back and forth between G1 and no, right? Please. So again, this is. I would say I'm 80 some odd % sure that Mox is winning, but let's just pretend. Let's just close our eyes if we could, and just think of how great that would be if Tanahashi does get the win. And again, we know he's dropping the belt back very quickly, but boy, that would be fun. that would be something to put a smile on a lot of people's faces walking out of that fucking arena. But again, I would be shocked, as the kids say, if that were to happen. If Tony Khan had the balls to do that, I will say. I will take back. I don't really talk bad about him. I don't think anybody does, but on this show anyway. Do we talk bad about Tony Khan? I don't think we talk bad about Tony Khan. We poke fun, but and I think it's a safe bet to say he has brass balls if he does that.
Okay, just looking at the card here. What about? I don't actually know the match order. Let's go the 4-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, which they haven't bothered to put on the card for the New Japan website, which is just an absolute mess. So it's going to be Jay White versus Okada versus Adam Cole versus Hangman Page. Now, the scuttlebutt I've heard going around this is that they were hoping for Kenny Omega to be cleared in time. They left it to the last minute. So originally the plan was no Okada, but Kenny Omega would be in there. I don't know if that's a singles match or the 4-way again. But they left it to the last week, saw that it wasn't cleared, and then were scrabbling to get Okada to fly over to do it, which is why, last week Adam Cole saying, oh, no, Okada's not in the match, and Jay White saying, no, I'm not going to wrestle you, and now he is wrestling them. So it sounds like this was not the original plan. Now, we don't like multi-band matches here. We don't like the 4-way matches, do we, Damon? We'd much rather have a singles match or 1 versus 1. But this match... it could be fun. I'm going to have to just turn off that bit of that critical part of my brain that it gets upset when they do the usual tropes of, guy eats a move. The 2 guys do a sequence. 1 guy eats a move, rolls out the ring, has a little nap for 5 minutes. While another 2 guys have a sequence. One of them eats a big move, rolls out the ring, takes a nap for 5 minutes, which is absolutely what they're going to do because they always do that. And that's why I hate these matches. But if I turn off that little voice in my brain, then it could be fun. I mean, my prediction is that Jay White pins Adam Cole to win. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of moment where, like a very NXT moment where, he tries to pin Okada, it doesn't work. He tries to pin Hangman, it doesn't work. And then he's got an opportunity to hit the Blade Runner and Adam Cole, and he pulls an NXT face and does it and wins the match. And that's going to launch some sort of program between the 2 of them. How are we feeling about the 4-way for the IWGP title?
You look at the match, and there are some talented people in that fucking ring. I don't think they're treating this like it's a nonsense Road 2 show. It may look like it, but I don't think they will. I think every one of those guys in that ring are going to be super charged up, wrestling in front of a packed house, a packed, noisy house. Jay White, Okada specifically. And I think the other guys are going to be pretty pumped up too, being in this match. I think, for some of these guys, and I'm sure, in Ring of Honor, they've crossed paths, I'm sure. I don't know. I think they're hyped for it. I think everyone's hyped for it. So I think it'll be a good match. I do. I don't think it'll be a clusterfuck like everybody's kind of leaning toward. Will there be that, what you talked about, 2 guys, 1 guy hits a move, take a powder outside, all that's, I'm sure there'll be a little bit. But I also will say this, there are some creative people. Like if creativity is going to occur, we have some people that are pretty sharp pro wrestling minds to put together a match that will be not only good, entertaining, fun, action-packed, blah, blah, blah. Again, I truly believe that this match is going to continue on that Bullet Club storyline. The question I have for you, Joel, and again, a lot of people have broken hearts because one Kenneth Omega is not officially listed on this show. Does he make an appearance?
I'm going to say yes. I think he will pop out and confront someone after that match. I don't know who it will be, but yeah, I think he's going to show up at least.
Right. I mean, he might not be able to compete, but he could throw a couple punches, right? I'm sure, right? I mean, we could do that. He could get in a ring. That'd be good. That'd be good to see. It sucks because it does feel like that there's a lot of buildup. There's a lot of these matches could. I mean, we got a interim AEW World Championship match. We've got this match, which feels like it's here to move along a Bullet Club storyline. And then the possibilities of these dream matches that we went on about occurring at a later date. So it does feel like this is what was once we're doing this and it's going to be, we're going to check a lot of boxes. It's become, we're going to set up some stories to build to those boxes. So it is what it is.
Target has Laundry Day covered because they offer a great selection of concentrated Tide Pods to help with all your laundry needs. Tide Pods clean, freshen, and help rejuvenate your clothes with odor fighters and stain removers. Did you know Tide Pods clean better than the leading liquid bargain detergent? Tide Pods are powerful enough to make your whites white and your brights bright, even in cold water. Just toss in 1 Tide Pod for small loads, 2 for medium, 3 for large. It's that easy. For great value and convenient pickup options, get Tide Pods today at Target.
It used to be hard to find the exact auto parts you needed, and that meant spending a lot of time at swap meets. It's a different game now when you can order exactly what you need from eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts, so you can always find the right fitment. Spend less time searching and more time building with the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Okay, let's have a look at the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. I mean, we talked about this before. My opinion hasn't changed. I think the match will be fun. I've heard Orange Cassidy is good and popular, so I think AEW fans will get more out of this than me. I don't think it's going to be a bad match by any means, but he would be very, very low on my list of possible dream opponents for Will Ospreay. And, we know that they were trying to do Ospreay versus Andrade first, but couldn't because of the, CMLL Triple A beef that, this silly politics where New Japan wrestlers can't wrestle Triple A guys. So that's why we got Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. So again, I'm just going into it expecting a bit of fun. We'll probably over-deliver to my admittedly low expectations. Ospreay's 100% winning. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know necessarily, you're not getting Will Shingo here, right? We can agree on that. But what we are going to get is, Will Ricochet, right? And maybe, not as good as those, but you get my drift, right? We're getting spots and we're getting crazy shit and we're getting, a lot of, the cameras will be panning to the crowd looking for the reaction shots. Let's put it that way. And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're right. There are 20 guys on that fucking roster that if I had the opportunity to put in the ring with Will Ospreay, I would do before Orange Cassidy. Again, the tag match the other day was, I don't know if you caught it, Joel, but it was good. And the interactions between those two, I thought was pretty good. And again, it was everything that I just described. Lots of crazy fucking shit, right? So I think, if you're a fan of that type of pro wrestling, I think you're in for a treat. Even if you're not, I think there's plenty of moments there that you'll just be like, "Oh, that was fucking cool." So I don't know. I think it's going to be better than people think. That's how about that? I think it's shocking to say in a Will Ospreay match at this point, but I think it'll be better than what people are thinking going in.
The AEW All Atlantic Championship match. We've got another 4-way match here, which is one of the things that makes me think, what are we doing? Do we really need 2 4-way matches? Right. It does seem to a lack of courage or ability to make tough political decisions, take one for the team. But no, we've got another four-way here. So it's the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. The winner is the inaugural champion. From the AEW side, we've got Malachi Black, Miro, and Pac. And Damon, do we know who's representing New Japan in this match?
We sure do. That is Tommy Ishii.
Wrong.
No? Oh. Who's representing?
Tommy Ishii, he has got an injury. He's got a knee injury.
No.
And he is not able to compete in this match.
Shut up. Really?
Correct. Yep. Honest, hand on heart.
That's official.
Official.
Jesus Christ.
So let me put you on the spot, Damon. Let's say you are one of the people in this booking team responsible for booking this show. So you're told Ishii's out. Now you got your list of guys who are involved in the show. Who do you put forward as an adequate and realistic replacement for this match if you're New Japan?
Oh, I'm gutted. First of all, this fucking show is cursed. Fucking cursed. I can't get over that right now. That hit me right in the balls. When was that announced? Moments ago? I missed that.
It must have been about half an hour or so ago.
Really? Wow, breaking news as we're on the pod. Fuck us. All right, all right, well, now we got to figure out, okay, who's here that could do it? Suzuki, do you move him?
That would be a good choice.
Shingo, do you move him?
Shingo would be a great replacement.
Right, you can get in. You can.
They have named a replacement already. I'm just seeing who you would put in before I tell you who they've put in.
Oh, am I going to be disappointed? Is it Honma?
It's not Honma. I think this is a good replacement actually, and also sort of makes me chuckle because it tells you a lot about how New Japan view this event.
Kanemaru.
They have sent Clark Connors.
Wow.
Now, I love Clark Connors. I think he's great.
Me too.
Tremendous match against Honma and Ishii. But this is a guy who was very recently a young lion, a junior, went 4 and 5 in Best of Super Juniors. It's not about his talent. I'm sure he's going to deliver in this match. It's a huge opportunity for him, and I bet he is absolutely hyped. He's going to make the most of it, and I'm excited to see how he performs. But the absolute disrespect of New Japan going, fuck it, let's put Clark in there.
Well, we know. Unbelievable. Joel. I can't believe it. I cannot wait for Sunday to get here just to make sure people are alive. Fucking show. There's a lot of people that, even though this match for this fucking shitbag title, we're looking forward to Ishii. And now that's in the pooper. Oh, my God. I like Clark Connors, but this is... Oh, Lordy Lou. Well, I don't know what to say. Joel, this fucking show is cursed. How many people were booked for this show that aren't now on this show? Like, I feel like we're in double digits. Or, I'm using 2 hands to count. Fuck. Oh, well.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is really amazing. It really is amazing. Oh, this fucking company can't win for losing. I'm telling you. Listen, the house is sold, which is nice. They'll get, a nice little payday, but I mean, just think of this. Rocky fucking Romero is on this show. Trent Beretta is on this show. And all these teams that are not on this show, again, injuries play a part. Like, I get it. Oh, Clark, I like you, man, but fuck me. All right. Who's winning this match? Do you care?
It's not going to be Clark Connors, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Miro, let's go with Miro. I'm sure there'll be some good sequences. Clark, I think, will probably look good against all of these guys. I think I'm looking forward to the Clark and Miro sequences. I think from what we saw against Ishii, Clark is better in that sort of meat slapper kind of match.
Yeah. I think Shingo would be a nice little fit. That'd be fun. I mean, you could have moved him from that fucking tag match, right? Suzuki, you can move him. All right, it's Clark Connors. That's cool. Look, we love you, Clark. Go get him. Go get him, big guy.
We got the ROH and IWGP Tag Team Championships winner-take-all match with Jeff Cobb and Great-O-Khan against FTR and Roppongi Vice. I think
which one doesn't belong?
Cobb and O'Khan probably winning. I can't see them dropping the IWGP Championships. I don't think that's the sort of thing that New Japan would sign off on.
No. Serious question. Again, this is for the IWGP Tag Team Championship
and the ROH Tag Team Championships.
So is it winner take all?
Yes. So yeah, I think Rocky's in
it is,
and I think
then it's definite. I mean, yes, a blind man could see that. Wow, that's like if they were just for the IWGP tag titles, FTR could take a loss. That's not a big deal. Nobody would think any less of them. I think they're a fucking great team. But yeah, I mean, this is protecting guys and doing that. All right. Again, Rocky Romero, Trent. Rocky Romero, aside from Strong, when was the last time Rocky Romero wrestled in a New Japan Pro Wrestling ring?
Does Strong count?
That's what I'm saying. Aside from Strong.
Oh gosh. Okay, let me. So, Capital Collision, does that count? No. You talking about shows in Japan?
Yeah. I mean, that was my original point, but let's be truthful here. We couldn't get anybody in the fucking country, so that's not fair. But all right, whatever. He's on every U.S. show, so. And you know what? He's a lot of people are kind of crediting him for bridging this gap. I guess he, they put him on the show. You know what I mean? Somebody's being nice. All right, but he's taking the pinfall. One of those two are taking the pinfall there.
Oh, it's 100% Rocky in that pin, yeah. Sure. All right, we got Thunder Rosa against Tony Storm. We got Zack Sabre Jr. against X. We've already discussed that one. 6-man tag match: Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki against Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. El Phantasmo, Hikuleo, and the Young Bucks against Hiromu, Shingo, Darby Allin, and Sting. That's a pretty cool match. Fun. What do they call them? Bad dudes with attitudes or something like that.
Yeah, dudes with that back in the day. That was that was a Sting thing. It was like him and Luger, and then they had other people that joined this faction. Dudes with attitudes. It's terrible. It's so terrible, but it's great. I love it. Love it.
And we've got a buy-in match. Max Caster, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, Billy Gunn against Yuya Uemura, Kevin Knight, the DKC, and Alex Coughlin. I like Max Caster. I will look forward to him doing one of his funny raps insulting the LA Dojo. That will be fun. Okay. Yeah, I like his raps. I think it's quite good.
You like his rap style? You like his flow?
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
I hope he's in World Tag League, so he has to do rap promos on everyone in... Yeah.
It'd be great.
Cutting promos on Tenzan.
Hey,
all right, well, that is...
wait a minute, whoa. I think we got to point out something here. Carl Frederick's not on this show.
Yeah, so I had some questions about him in the Strong segment. So Game Ever says, do you think Carl Fredericks is going to show up at Forbidden Door? Mitch says, what's your take on Carl Fredericks losing out on a trip to Japan in favour of sending Donkey Kong Country instead? That is my question. Classic Catch says, what's in the water at the LA Dojo? Carl Fredericks tweets, Alec Coughlin's deleted tweet pointing out that Japanese commentary screwed up the name of Clark's moves. Are they trying to get fired? Yeah, so, I mean, we discussed before, Carl Fredericks obviously very upset about not being included in the G1 and ranting and raving on Twitter. I was sort of leaning to... there's always, when this stuff happens, there's always part of me that thinks this could be a work because, as Rich Craich always says, the wrestlers are professional liars. So I'm sort of analysing that thinking, is this a work? This could be quite good if he's going to turn heel, blah, blah, blah. But all the evidence is pointing towards that not being the case. given that I have no idea what is going on with him. I don't know if he's injured. For the reason he's been pulled off of this, he was pulled from the Strong Tag Tournament. So Yuya Uemura took his place on the team with Christopher Daniels, and they were going to have quite a deep run in the tournament. And we've got this upcoming tour in Japan. Some of these Korakuen shows, we have a team of Coughlin, Connors, and DKC against like Suzuki-gun and against LIJ, and I'm certain that would have been Carl Fredericks in that spot. So I don't know if he's hurt or sick or whatever, but it looks, without any evidence telling us that, it looks like he's sort of ranted his way out of a match at Forbidden Door and some pretty cool matches in Korakuen Hall, a trip to Japan. It's not looking good, is it?
No, it's not. And I think it's, I want to say, I think it's a shame. You know, you are right, though. Like, you always have to take these things with a little bit of a grain of salt. Usually, though, if there's injury, I mean, they just announced fucking Ishii is injured. They could, you know.
Yeah, so I can understand why Cole would be disappointed that he thought he was going to be in the G1. I get it, but I mean, there's other people in the company who have been in a similar situation. You know, people like David Finlay or Henare waiting years and years and years for the chance in the G1. And, you know, that's another conversation to be had about the systematic flaws of the dojo system. You know, maybe it does take them too long to pull the trigger on certain guys. But, you know, if you don't like that, then go work for another company, because that is New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I just don't see what good it does to mouth off on Twitter, because like I said, he just seems to sabotage his own career here.
Yeah. As I'd like to say, Joel, they booked their ticket. They know what they were getting themselves into. I say, let them crash. And that's what we got. I mean, it does suck, though. Like, who knows what's going to happen in the future with this guy, but it does feel like it's taken a long time. And he's had bad luck. He's had some bad luck, and COVID did no one any favors. But yeah, I don't think hopping on Twitter is the best move, if in fact this is a situation where he feels like he's being left behind.
All right, last question on Forbidden Door. Steel O'Neill says, favorite door and favorite forbidden thing.
Favorite door, Jim Morrison is my favorite door. Get it? The Doors, Jim Morrison.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you know who the fuck the Doors are, Joel?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
of course.
All right. Do you know who Jim Morrison is?
Yes,
okay.
The guy that John Morrison, Johnny,
you son of a bitch.
He based his gimmick on that, didn't he?
Oh, I hate you. No, silly goose. My favorite door. I mean, that's a weird question.
My favourite forbidden thing are the Forbidden Lands in Elden Ring, which I've been playing recently. A snow-covered area enshrouded by thick fog. Very mysterious. Wow. Very dangerous.
Yeah. Mine's stepmom porn.
That's good as well. That is also very good. Two very good things.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about New Japan Road. So we had a couple of shows last week. We'll just touch on the big matches here. So we had the qualifying matches for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. So we had...
That's meaningless now, by the way.
Yeah. Clark Connors defeated Tomoaki Honma 11 minutes 29 seconds with the trophy kill. Do you think that is a big win for Clark Connors, given that he is a junior and Honma is a heavyweight? Or do you think those lines are not as fixed as they once were?
No, I still think they're big deals. You know, we made a big deal about ELP, getting big wins. No, I think there's significance there. I mean, let's he's just on the ladder of New Japan Pro Wrestling importance. I wouldn't say he's very high, but a win is a win, right? And those are things that the company uses to build up guys. So yeah, I think it's significant. Sure, why not? Oh, please tell me we didn't lose you again.
Oh, I forgot to unmute myself. That's why.
Oh my goodness gracious! I was like, another fucking internet drop. I was ready to be like, all right, this is not meant to be today.
No, I was going to say Honma continues to be inexplicably good in these singles matches. Even though he can't move, he moves like he's wearing a medieval suit of armor. He's still got that crowd connection, and he's able to get you emotionally invested in the matches, isn't he?
He is. He's very good at that. Look, he's been around for forever. I mean, he's wrestling, John Zandig and shit. He's been around the fucking block. So he knows a thing or two about pro wrestling. Again, we've always said it. Not always said it, but we've said it a lot in recent years, is that, his mind's still there. It's just the body's not quite agreeing with the mind. But yet he still finds a way to get through. And I thought the match was good. What did you think of the match?
Yeah, again, it exceeded my expectations because I think Clark's best of the Super Juniors was up and down, and I think he's still sort of trying to figure out his best sort of stylistic matchups. And I think he actually works better with the heavyweights, as we'll come on to talk about with the Ishii match. But yeah, this one was really good. The second qualifier was Ishii defeating Kanemaru, 19 minutes, 37 seconds with a vertical drop brainbuster. So Kanemaru, I think, is low-key having a really good year. I thought he was outstanding in this match. We don't often see him in spots like this, but going 20 minutes with Ishii, you know what you usually get with the Ishii matches. They can be a bit copy-paste, but this one I thought was unique. It was different. I thought the limb work was really good, and I always enjoy when we get to see Kanemaru in big spots like this because he's so good. He's very underrated, I think, from as far as casual fans go.
Would you put him in this match? I mean, it makes sense. He wasn't in the tournament. I get it. But what's a sexier feeling for this Mid-Atlantic, fucking poopy belt?
We just call it the poopy belt from now.
The poopy belt. It's this belt.
Everyone knows Kanemaru is Tony Khan's favourite wrestler, so it would have made complete sense to put Kanemaru in here.
Can I ask you a question? I don't know that is that like, does he not like them? Or
I think it might have just been something that someone on our Discord made up, and we just ran with it. I don't know the origin of that.
That's simple. Okay, good. All right. Because I was like, is he real? Like you said it before, and I was like, is he really his favorite? I mean, I know Tony's a bit of a pro wrestling fan, and I'm like, I didn't know that was his favorite. That's an odd choice. And then he kept saying, and I was like, oh, I guess it's true. All right, so that's not true. That's false. That's as Kushida would say, fake news.
Yeah. Oh, another thing just popped into my head. I don't know if you saw the tweets yesterday with Shingo and Hiromu tweeting out as AEW announced their matches for Forbidden Door. They were tweeting, "Oh, that's the first I heard of it." They didn't even know the first time they heard about these matches was the same time the rest of us did.
You're kidding me. Wowzers. Well, that kind of brings us back to like the first question of the show. Like, how do they work this out? Apparently through carrier pigeon, because no one knows what the fuck's going on. And there's proof of concept right there. Wow. Well, it's pro wrestling. So some things just don't change. Who's running this fucking show? Dennis Corlew? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, David, one thing that did change was the holders of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships.
That is true.
As Francesco Akira and TJP defeated Taguchi and Wato, 24 minutes, 15 seconds with a leaning tower. So United Empire are the new IWGP Junior Tag Champions. And all the belts in New Japan currently held by either United Empire or Bullet Club members, which is interesting. This match kind of reminded me a bit. Manabu texted me actually, said it reminded him of the Motor City Machine Guns, this Akira and TJP team. And I also got sort of flashbacks to that great match between was it Apollo Go-Go and was it Ibushi and Omega? Is that the one we might
Yes.
back in the day? I thought this was really great, and just great to see this sort of energetic, fast, fresh new junior tag team, really much needed in a division that's become quite stale. So great to see the tag belts. Definitely the right move having new champions, and I thought it was a tremendous match.
Yep, couldn't agree more. It was it is a breath of fresh air. It is, they're riding high off of a very successful, I think, Best of the Super Junior. And yeah, a nice, a solid title change. Like the idea of these guys now defending titles against a myriad of different juniors, even the ones that might feel a little bit stale, still it kind of breathes new life into the division. So yeah, I thought it was you're right. I thought it was a great match. And I liked the title change a lot.
And a show on the 21st, also at Korakuen Hall, the AEW All-Atlantic Championship qualifier, Tomohiro Ishii defeated Clark Connors in 30 minutes, 21 seconds with a vertical drop brainbuster. Of course, null and void now that Clark is in the match and Ishii is out. But I thought this was a coming-out performance for Clark Connors. I think he really excels. He puts his best foot forward in these high-paced, high-intensity beef slapper matches. And I think based on this, I figure he might be more successful as a heavyweight in the future. I'm not saying do it immediately, and I know he is not the tallest wrestler, but he's, I think, muscular enough to be credible in the division. You know, you can have guys like Ishii have been credible heavyweights just because they're very thick, and I think Clark has got that frame where he could pull it off. And I think this could be quite exciting going forward. I think he would have impressed a few people. You can tell that they're keen on him. Just, well, I was going to say by the fact they put him in for this AEW four-way match. I mean, that just might be because they don't give a shit and they can't be bothered to rearrange things to put someone else in there. But I think a real good moment, even though he lost for Clark Connors.
Yeah, I got to say this though. Like, I don't want this to come across as like we're shitting on Clark Connors. Like, we're just talking about the pecking order of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Certainly not his talent, because I mean, I think truth be told, I think in this match, I think this is perfect for him. You got Pac, who could fly around for him a bit. You're going to see some nice power spots. I don't know. I think I don't want to go out there and say that. I don't want to go out there and say that it would be better than Ishii, but here's the one thing that I'm going to give you a positive on. You know what you're getting with Ishii. You don't know what you're going to get with Clark Connors. So to me, that makes it a little bit more exciting with three guys that, to my knowledge, he hasn't had a ton of work with. And those three guys are pretty good. So I'm going to be honest. I think I'm actually thinking this is an upgrade. I don't feel like I'm talking myself into it, but could this be an upgrade? Nah, I mean, I think I'm talking myself into it, right?
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing the Ishii Miro segments, but I also think that the Clark Connors Miro segments will be really good. So those are the ones that I'm going to have my eye on, and I think he's going to surprise and impress quite a lot of people here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he has the opportunity to be one of those guys that people talk about at the end of the show. He does have that opportunity on a show with tons of talent. Like he might be a little, little diamond in the rough. Is that the one I'm looking for? No, I don't know. Underrated, yes, and a bit of a surprise. I hope you're a bit of a surprise.
The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship was defended on the show with Taiji Ishimori getting his first successful defense against the Best of the Super Juniors winner, Hiromu Takahashi, in a match that went 36 minutes, 20 seconds, and Ishimori won via the Bloody Cross and retained his championship. So this was very long, 36 minutes. But, we raised questions about should they have just done this at Dominion, and we felt maybe cheaper the Best of the Super Juniors, sort of shuffling this one off for a Road 2 show at Korakuen Hall rather than doing it at a big show like Dominion. In retrospect, I think this was the right move for several reasons. One, they managed to do a great attendance number there. So they sold a lot of tickets. I think it was either a sellout or a near sellout. Two, I thought the match was fantastic. I think this was the second best match they've had. This was below their 2018 Best of the Super Juniors final for me, but I think it was better than all the other matches they've had, and it gave it time to breathe. And I just really think people are sleeping on Ishimori, and he's having a really impressive year. I thought it was very good in Best of the Super Juniors, and I thought it was excellent here. And I like how he's kind of evolved into this wrestler who's just, his game plan, he's going to fuck up your shoulder, basically. He's going to take you down, bust up your shoulder, put you in the is it the bone lock he calls it, and get you to tap out. And he's just been submitting people left, right, and centre with the bone lock. And that built into the drama of this match, where there were so many false finishes that I bit on Damon. I thought, Hiromu's definitely going to tap now. And it just went on and on and on and on. And I thought that created really great drama. And just when you think, Hiromu keeps managing to power out of the bone lock, bang, there's the bloody cross. You forgot about the bloody cross, and that manages to get the win. So I thought it was a really outstanding match. What did you make of it?
I did too. I liked it. I thought it might have been a little bit long. Maybe if they shaved off a little bit more time, I would have been a little bit higher. But I still think it was a great match. And you're right. And even the stuff with ELP, that was, there was some good shit there too. I know, I think the problem is that he disappointed people a little bit on a few big spotlight performances where you were kind of expecting, just, spectacular pro wrestling, and you may not have gotten it. But I mean, where are you in this match? I'm high fours. Are you more than 4.5?
4.5. That's a good landing
okay.
spot for it. And had you put that on Dominion, where they would have got half the amount of time, it's not touching that.
I would agree. I think you're right. And I think, I think even though we're not screaming and yelling yet, I think Cork and the crowd was hyped for it too, right? They were biting on a lot of the stuff too. So it wasn't like everybody was like a church mouse. Like there was a buzz and an energy in that building. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe in hindsight, it was a better call. Listen, broken clocks right 2 times a day.
I was actually very pleased and excited when Ishimori won, because I was dreading what felt like inevitability of Hiromu getting the belt back and just going through this cycle where he's the champion and then he loses the belt for whatever reason, then wins Best of Super Juniors, then wins it back again, rise and repeat. So I was so happy that Ishimori won. And let's talk about the segment at the end. A few questions about this. Michael says, how many victory laps has Damon done already over Kushida returning to confront junior champ Ishimori? And yeah, let's talk about that Kushida return. Bash says, how do you think they handle Kushida's return to the company? Where do you see him going from here? So first of all, well done. Let's throw the flowers at you. Although you did bottle it last week when we recorded. You said Hiromu was going to win. I did. Believe. And I said Ishimori would win. I took your idea and ran with it. So you created it. I'm a believer, Damon. Everything that you say is gospel to me. So well done for that. What did you think of it?
Good. I didn't expect it to happen there, truth be told. Again, we knew that Kushida was in New Japan's back pocket in the sense of he was ready to go. They were just waiting for the right time to make the debut. I know he seems like the fresh baby face right now, but I think people are pretty comfortable in the sense that something's fishy here. So I don't know whether I think it's Bullet Club, but okay, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll see. But I think that's the direction we're going there, right? That would make sense.
A lot of people were upset. Oh, he's just come back as a junior babyface again. This is rubbish. They should have turned him heel. They should have made him a heavyweight, put him in the G1, blah, blah, blah. One, we don't know if Kushida actually wants to do that, because as he said in his social media post, he says that's fake news. But of course, as I always say, it could be a work. So I think even if they were trying to, had plans to turn him at some point down the line, you got to have the little babyface run first and sort of squeeze the juice out of that, let him sort of finish up his business with Ishimori and Hiromu and Despy as well, maybe. Then I think there's a non-zero chance he gets sucked into this Bullet Club vortex. I would not doubt that for a second. I still don't have any strong desires to see him as a heavyweight. I just don't think he looks big enough. I don't think he was just sort of about the same height as Ishimori. So why not have an excellent junior around in the junior division? I think people say, oh, he's done everything there is to do in the junior division. That is sort of making excuses for poor creative, isn't it? I think it doesn't matter what division they're in, as long as you are coming up with compelling stories and programs and matches and getting fresh talent in, then being in that division shouldn't be an obstacle, in my opinion.
That's a good point. I would agree with that, because let's use that same analogy to heavyweights. What are you going to do? Move him up to a super heavyweight?
Yeah, he said the same thing as Okada. Well, Okada's done everything in the heavyweight division. He's beaten everyone. He's wrestled everyone. He's won everything. Let's put him in the junior division. No, that's not how it works.
Right. And let's be honest here too. That was what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Probably more than that, right? So there's a lot of new faces that have come down the pike. So yeah, I think it's good that he's, at least for now, rocking and rolling in the juniors. And I was excited. Like I said, I didn't expect it on that show, but I don't know. I mean, I think there was some excitement online, right? I don't know if that energy is still there. Maybe, but I think it's a good thing. I love it. Look, he's one of my favorite wrestlers when he was in New Japan. So,
were you fist pumping when you heard the music?
Oh,
yes.
I told you it was when we were talking about the show, that music was going to be our theme music. It was between that and what we have right now. So yeah, I love it. It's my favorite. Actually, it really is my favorite. So There's been a lot of that this week, between Okada and Kushida. Good to hear the tunes. There's the big walkout. It's nice.
Stat Guy Wright says, where does Hiromu go from here? Way overplayed as a top junior, too small to be a heavyweight, too talented to be a mid-card comedy guy. Seems like he might be stuck in no man's land. Again, I think this is just... They have the talent there. It's booking. Yeah, they could be doing more interesting things with him. I don't think they should move him up to heavyweight personally. I would like to see him doing some more stuff with the openweight thing, because when he was wrestling against Evil, challenging for that Never title, I thought that was the most interesting he's been for a long time. So again, I don't think that moving a guy up to heavyweight is necessarily the answer to all the problems. That's sort of papering over the cracks, really. And I think they could and should be doing better with the junior division. And, maybe with that access to more talent, they will have a better chance of doing that rather than just sort of recycling the same 10 guys in various combinations and singles and tags. So I think let's see what happens, because I don't know what he's going to do from here. Maybe he's going to do some tag stuff with Bushi. That might be interesting. Bushi Hiromu against United Empire. That could have some fun programs there. So so I was just saying, I think we could see some interesting stuff from Hiromu in the junior tag division. Him and Bushi against the United Empire team. That could be a lot of fun. I really think they should go deeper with the never openweight title. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff you could do with guys like Kushida and Hiromu, who are sort of on the fringes, and you could have quite interesting programs with those guys challenging, not even necessarily winning, but just sort of have more crossover between the heavyweights and the juniors with the never openweight title, which I think is an underutilized belt that they have.
Listen, you got to talk to Carl Anderson about that one. He's the champion. He's going to dictate who he's defending against. He's a junior. And that's a good. I don't remember. I truly don't remember like people bitching and moaning about this situation of the stale as a junior thing like in the 90s. Like I don't remember anybody complaining about El Samurai, and I don't remember anyone complaining about Black Tiger or just. They're juniors. I mean that's those are the gifts that God gave them. There's some guys that will move up, and there's some guys that maybe won't. And here's the thing, like, so either you do it or you don't. Like either you get rid of the juniors, period, and just have like every other promotion. It feels like you're not really talking about junior heavyweights as much anymore, and you just kind of blur the line a little bit more. I doubt that'll happen, but I mean, the crazier things, it feels like it has happened in this company where they're merging titles and dropping titles and all that stuff. So, I mean, I would at least have that discussion. And it felt like they kind of go that route in with certain guys. Like Shingo and Will, and there's plenty of guys that get moved up, but again, I think those guys are like the biggest juniors, like Will Ospreay. He got thicker. He didn't grow 3 inches. I think it's all kind of bullshit, really. I mean, again, Trent Beretta was a junior. You know what I mean? I mean, I know that he graduated and became a heavyweight. Kenny Omega, junior. There's plenty of names that is what it is, but I mean, I think Kushida is going to be a heavyweight. I don't think Hiromu is. It's bad booking is what it is. Oh, you there?
Yes.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's quickly get through this because this is going to be the bane of our existence at this point.
All right. So
it might. You know what? I'm going to do this. Wait, just before you do that. If I lose you, I'm coming right back. Okay. I just want to do one thing on my end.
Okay.
Okay. I just changed a network setting on for me. All right, you can hear me? Fuck. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
I can hear the dog.
Hey, you hear the dog.
Yes,
I got you.
yeah.
I hear you.
All right.
Trust me, it's been barking for fucking 2 hours.
Okay. All right. We have some cards coming up in Korakuen Hall. We've got New Japan Road coming up on July 3rd and some intriguing matches here. We've got Bushi and Hiromu tagging together, as I mentioned earlier. We have Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, and the DKC against Sanada, Shingo, and Naito. So, again, DKC, I'm certain he's got Carl Frederick's spot there. And we also have Alex Zane is back in New Japan. We've got Zane, Kushida, and Tanahashi against Gedo, Ishimori, and Kenta. So that is on the 3rd. On the 4th, also at Korakuen Hall, Suzuki is back. He's wrestling against Kosei Fujita. Just scrolling through, what else have we got? Again, DKC, Coughlin, and Connors this time against the Suzuki Good team of Doki, Despi, and Taichi. So again, I'm really interested to see how, particularly Alex Coughlin, is received by the Korakuen crowd and his silly gimmick with the Android thing. Let's see if they dig it. And then
So wait, you saw that.
Kushida and
You saw
Tanahashi
that.
against Ishimori and Kenta, which I like the look of. I think that's going to be a really fun main event. And on the 5th, also Korakuen Hall, the stand-up matches we got here, the 6th match, a dog cage match between Toriano and Dick Togo. I'm not making this up. And the Never Six-Man Tag Championship match with Sho, Yujiro, and Evil defending against Yo, Yoshihashi, and Goto. So anything there stand out to you, Damon?
I mean, no, not really. to be brutally honest, it's. I will say this: that the Kushida stuff, tagging with the most baby faces of baby faces against the heelies of the heels, does scream that we're setting up some future stuff. So again, let's see. Fake news, according to him, but. I think everyone can see the handwriting on the wall there.
All right, let's wrap it up then. So we will get to other stuff, G1 blocks and cards and strong and all that jazz next week. All right, redcircle.com/shows/super-j-cast if you want to throw some money our way to show your appreciation for all the wonderful work we do. Discord link, you can DM me on Twitter and I'll send you a link to join at Cobra Kawaii and prowrestlingtees.com/super-j-cast. Big thank you to Editor Dan. Find him on Twitter at LousyHero219 and then wish him well after his terrible accident. Subscribe to the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network for other great shows. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at the Super J-Cast. Thank you everybody for listening and goodbye.
Target has Laundry Day covered because they offer a great selection of concentrated Tide Pods to help with all your laundry needs. Tide Pods clean, freshen, and help rejuvenate your clothes with odor fighters and stain removers. Did you know Tide Pods clean better than the leading liquid bargain detergent? Tide Pods are powerful enough to make your whites white and your brights bright, even in cold water. Just toss in 1 Tide Pod for small loads, 2 for medium, 3 for large. It's that easy. For great value and convenient pickup options, get Tide Pods today at Target. Introducing Under Armour's Infinity High Sports Bra. Its ergonomic design is molded to support the natural movement of your body. With cord-out padding, the better breathability eliminates extra bulk without sacrificing support. And quick-dry padding is Under Armour's fastest-drying padding yet. When you're lifting heavy, running fast, and pushing yourself further than ever before, you need a bra that will help you go that extra mile and make you feel your best. Shop the Infinity High Sports Bra now at UA.com.